Hi guys, welcome to State of Crypto, your one-stop for all crypto-related news. I'm your host Martin, and this is episode 17. Calibra competition, Bitcoin dump fear, and Huobi hacked. Now, I'm not a financial advisor. This is all for entertainment and education purposes only. Please do your own research before you purchase or invest into any cryptocurrency or digital asset. Now, if you're catching this stream live, welcome. And if you're catching the replay and have any suggestions, please make sure you leave us a comment below. If you want to keep up to date with the latest crypto-related news, make sure you subscribe, hit that like button and that bell so you're notified when we go live. If you want to keep on chatting once the stream is on, you can join us on our Discord. The link is in the description. Now, can I get a mic check from someone? I'm unsure if audio is good. Oh, well, we get that mic check. We'll move on to the news. All right, excellent. So, MasterCard is recruiting people to form their own cryptocurrency team, which is pretty cool. Now, in a recruitment listing, MasterCard asks, do you have the desired, do you have the desire to work at a cutting edge intersection of payments and cryptocurrencies? Now, for those that are interested, well, like I said, MasterCard is hiring. Now they said that they will monitor cryptocurrency ecosystem trends and develop new products and solutions. Is it a smart move? Yeah, I think so. I mean, even if they don't develop a cryptocurrency, the fact that they'll have people that are cryptocurrency savvy will make them stronger so that they can then join other projects or develop some solutions that could interact with other crypto projects. Yeah, I think it's pretty good that they're doing this. Now on to other news. Facebook is getting competition today. Sendgo, an Israeli developer, said that their cryptocurrency wallet they rolled out this year will have support for Libra. Now, since Facebook and 27 partners have not launched the cryptocurrency yet, Sendgo is going to use a test version of Libra, which will not have any value, but they'll test transactions, etc. Now, the good thing about the official Facebook wallet, Calibra, is that you'll be able to download it for iPhone and for Android devices. The Sendgo app, apparently, it's only available for Android devices. And the Calibra wallet as well you'll be able to download it onto the messaging apps like the Facebook Messenger and WhatsApp, basically, once it's released. The Calibra wallet will also work with other Libra wallets out there. How they're gonna interact, more details to develop. Or they're gonna integrate it, or how they're gonna make it work. It's still yet to be known. Onto the market cap. Right now, yesterday, right, it was this candle here, closed up 2.02% up from the previous day. So yesterday, as we always said, closed 2 hours ago for the crypto market. Right now, it's 2 hours onto the new market, which would put us at August 19th, basically, right? So yesterday, the 18th for crypto market, closing 2.02% up at 266 billion. Right now, it's trading at 267 billion, which would put it up 0.41%, right? So moving up, day's just starting. Let's see how it develops. Now, Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance on the daily. Yesterday down 0.93%, right? From an opening of 70.03, closing at 69.36. Right now, it's it's gaining a little bit of market cap, right? 69.41, being up 0.08%. It's not a lot, but as we said, they just starting. Let's see how it develops. Now on to Bitcoin news. Don't want to sign up. No thanks. All right. Following up on yesterday news, right? Over 240 million from the alleged crypto scheme plus token have been reported to be moved to four Bitcoin transactions. Basically, the funds were moved. Now the transactions that were moved were for 6,000 Bitcoin, 5,000 Bitcoin, 7,000 Bitcoin and 4,923 Bitcoin. They all took place yesterday, and now this has the investors fearing that there'll be a dump to come. Right? These are very large amounts of monies moved in Bitcoin, and why move them to an exchange if you're not gonna sell them, right? So the now Plus token was the largest crypto exit scam, basically an estimated loss of 2.9 billion to the users. Now, Plus token at some point in time claimed to deliver wallet holders a return of 8 to 16% per month after depositing 500 in crypto assets, right? $500 worth of crypto assets. Now, 6 of the scammers were caught, as we reported yesterday. Others are still at large, and police can't access the wallets because they're multi-signature, basically. So, Plus token launched in early 2018, and by September 2018, it was already suspected to be kind of a pyramid scheme or a Ponzi scheme. Now, in June, the Plus token triggered a wide panic among Chinese and Korean investors, as some users reported that they could not withdraw the funds from the wallet. Plus token said that it was due to a hacker attack that was happening. However, guys, be smart. No one gives you that much return on an investment in such a short period of time. If it sounds too good to be true, it possibly is too good to be true. So be really smart. Get quick, rich quick schemes are just usually scams. And remember, scammers and con artists always want to give. They're always looking for people that want something for nothing, and they'll end up giving you nothing for something. So be smart when you do this. Be smart with the transactions that you make. There's a lot of investment opportunities in the internet that just basically promise to give you outrageous returns. Don't fall for them. All right, now on to Bitcoin chart. Let's look at Bitcoin and see what's going on. Bitcoin still on the downtrend, right? Consolidation sideways, more of a triangle right now. Let's look at the other chart that we have and we've been looking at lately. This one that's a little bit more clean, right? Haven't been able to break above the 0.382 retracement, right? So let's look at the 4 hours and see how it's doing. And the 4 hours we have gone above and below. However, we had this triangle idea that we were playing out with, and we'll polish it in a second. We can see that momentum still positive, starting to decrease, and RSI sitting pretty neutral at 49.97, so almost 50. And let's look at this in the 1 hour. We're gonna make small adjustments to triangle, still holding. I just want to get better touch points here, and here we'll go to here basically, right? So as we said, higher lows. I would have liked for this to be a higher high. However, it didn't happen. It would have put us on a very good uptrend. Right now, we're just in this triangle, sitting on the 1 hour at 56 on the RSI. No, not really. I was looking for divergence, but no. Nothing on the Bollinger Bands as well. So let's look at the weekly, because we closed yesterday with a bearish engulfing candle, right? So could expect for things to. We'll see. We'll see how it develops, right? Bearish engulfing candle on the weekly could potentially bring us to lower prices. However, we'll wait and see what happens. We could trace a larger structure from here to here, basically. Yeah, using this downsloping as another part of a triangle. So we are within a larger triangle in a downsloping channel, or as we can see over here in the equidistant channel, right? Downsloping. So that's all we have for Bitcoin right now. On the weekly, momentum going to almost neutral and still high on the RSI around 60.91. Let's see where it goes from there, right? On to Ethereum now. On the Ethereum news, we found this article yesterday and we didn't want to report it because we were sure that we were likely not going to have any good news on Ethereum today, so we saved it for today. Now, this is regarding a BBC journalist who fell for a phishing scheme and he lost $30,000 worth of Ethereum. Now, this article has the amount wrong. It says 30,000 K, which would mean 30 million. It wasn't 30 million. It was just $30,000. Now he purchased his Ethereum in 2017. So 2017, and he had this feeling of being terrified when making that transaction. Maybe because it was the first time he was purchasing crypto. Now after he purchased, he heard of all these exchanges being hacked, so he decided to put his money into an Ethereum wallet, and he used my Ether wallet. He basically wrote down the information on his Gmail account, right? He kept it on his Gmail account for easy access. And when the price of Ethereum shot up in 2017, he chose to check on his holdings, and to his amazement, like a large amount of them had been moved. Now he hasn't been able to get anything back yet, although he's opening investigations, etc. And he believes that the criminals probably got into his account via phishing schemes, or maybe having some malware on his PC, right? Now, guys, with this, I just want to say, be smart. Keep your money safe. Write it on a notepad. Don't put it on your computer. Don't put it on your cell phone. Don't put it on the cloud. Don't take a picture of it, right? Write it down in a notepad. Keep it safe in a piece of paper. And if you're afraid that you might lose it, keep a copy. And, it's always good to at least have a copy of important documents somewhere else, right? So what I do is I wrote them down on a notebook, then I wrote them down on like 3x5 index cards, and I made a copy of those index cards by hand and gave it, I have them on an envelope and gave them to someone to hold for me in case of an emergency. Now, if the house burns, I can't get in, or the house is burglarized, and they take this information, at least I have a backup of that information where I can easily go get it, access the accounts, change the passwords, etc., and keep my money safe. You might say it's a bit redundant to have copies of them, yeah, but in an emergency, it's useful to have them. Now, it is inconvenient to write down all that data in paper and having to input it into the keyboard every time you want to log in, but it's much better than someone taking control of your money and then stealing it from you, right? So be safe, guys. Be smart when you are keeping your wallets. Now on to Ethereum. Dominance for Ethereum today up 0.17, right? Almost nothing. Oh, this is on the weekly. Let's go on the daily. Up 0.18, like we said. Well, it was 0.17 a couple seconds ago. Back to 0.17. Yesterday it was up 2.83%. Right now, as we said, 0.16% right now. Sitting at 7.87, still can't break above that 8%, which would be really good for Ethereum and dominance. Now on the Ethereum chart, we had this impulse up. Everyone had an impulse up today. I think even Bitcoin had an impulse up, right? Impulse up, not as the alts had bigger impulses up than Bitcoin, and it's probably from sitting so low on the RSI, and I couldn't find anything that would suggest a large movement except from the news that we reported yesterday, where Bakkt got the green light. But that would affect more Bitcoin than the alts. However, all the alts were affected today, right? The one that really had the biggest gain, I think, on the alts was Ripple. And we'll look at that in a second. Now, on the daily, going up, not a double bottom, but certainly seem to be stopping this downtrend we've had on the daily, right? It's a large downtrend. We're looking at dominance. Up, impulse up, breaking out of this downsloping structure that we had on this downtrend that we were in, right? From here to here, we're in a downtrend. Sitting at $196.20. And if we're going to go look at the hour to see where we're sitting at, or 4 hours to see where we're sitting at, right? Broken out, close a couple candles outside. Let's wait for the day to close outside of this downsloping channel to have confirmation that we have broken out. And if we have broken out, we have all this room to move on this larger structure. Now, if we would have even traced a triangle, we've broken out of that as well, right? Impulse up, we need to consolidate. It's going to take us maybe a couple more hour candles to have some sort of consolidation and then develop a new pattern. We are still, like I said, now if we were to adjust the downtrend, we could be again within the downtrend. It would make sense that we are here, and this could be a continuation of somewhere like here, but we'll wait for a pattern to develop before we actually chart again or make adjustments to our chart on Ethereum. Now on to Ripple news. We didn't find an article that was worth mentioning except for this one, and it just basically says that 80% of the XRP enthusiasts are continuing to buy XRP, and that, well, the token or the coin has been underperforming for the better part of the year, and have not been able to break above the 50 cent mark, right? And we already knew that. We already knew what's happening. So there's no other news that would support the spike in the price except for the technicals that we looked at yesterday on Ripple, which it's probably why Ripple make that larger movement than the other cryptos, right? Now on the Ripple, let's see. Right now, dominance. Let's look at daily. Dominance on daily red, right? Yesterday we had a green day, large movement, 4.47% gain on Ripple dominance. Right now, Ripple dominance sitting at 4.55% of market, losing 0.31% dominance right now. Not to worry, because Ripple had really good movement yesterday, right? It would put us back into this structure and channel that we broke out of. Even let us trace maybe something else on the 1 hour. Like we said yesterday, right? We were down here yesterday. By the time we were doing the stream, we were just developing this new candle here. And yesterday, we had a small green day. We were sitting still at oversold, and we said that on the 4 hour we were getting some contraction from the Bollinger Bands being so low on the RSI would likely propel us towards the upside, which is what happened. As you can see, it gained almost everything that it lost right prior to this down spike and going up. Right now, moving a little bit to the side on the price, still green, 0.13% up. Let's look at the 4 hours. Right, here's that contraction that we were talking about, right, yesterday at 7 p.m. We were starting the stream when this candle was going on. We said it was starting red, and we were seeing a lot of contraction. We were sitting here on the RSI, right? We were sold, but not oversold in the 4 hours. And in the larger picture, we were oversold. We said likely movement to the upside from that contraction of the Bollinger Bands, and momentum was being positive. It was starting to stagnate a little bit, but we said we'll still need for more development to happen. Right now, impulse up, consolidating to the side. Need more consolidation to happen to trace a new pattern, as whatever this side movement was seems to be broken now, putting us back into this channel, right? We would need to close today above, what is it? Above 28 cents to be back on this downsloping channel and this triangle structure that we had traced. Let's see if it happens. Now on to Litecoin news. Right, on August 16, right? Charlie Lee disclosed that in a tweet that he is an investor in Casa, which is a Bitcoin personal key security firm, and according to Crunchbase, Casa received 2.1 million in funding so far during the seed round in March 2018, and raised 3.5 million over the past year. Now, Casa is a cryptocurrency custody startup that aims to maximize safety and security for its crypto users. And the other thing that I mentioned in these articles, but because we've heard all this news that Litecoin is doing horrible, that they don't have developers, that the monies for the Litecoin Foundation are running out. And my question is, Charlie, shouldn't you be putting your money back into your project instead of putting it elsewhere? Yeah, I guess you want to diversify, but come on, man, your project is bleeding. You don't have developers. Get that money out of this project and put it back into your project and make Litecoin do something better, right? Come on. That's all I have for Litecoin. We're going to look real quick at the charts. Chart for Litecoin, right? On the daily. Dominance. Right? Yesterday, good day, right? Gaining some dominance, 3.05%. Today, sitting a little bit above 0.04%. Not too much. Litecoin dominance at 1.81% of total market. Now onto the chart, right? See, Litecoin within this down sloping channel we traced, still within this other wedge we had initial trace, that is this lighter line here and here. But this triangle seems to be broken. Even the impulse up today wouldn't put us back within that channel, within this upsloping part of the triangle, so we can probably get rid of this now as it's not a valid structure, leaving us with this a little bit more clean. Let's go look at the 4 hours and see what's happening, right? Ooh, this could be good. Probably. On the daily, maybe some divergence developing, right? Unsure yet, but let's see if this divergence plays out. Let's see how this plays out. All right, cool. Let's go look at the 4 hours. On the 4 hour, right? Impulse up, consolidating sideways, very small. Seems to be indecision, right? We go down, then we go back up by the same amount. Then we go back down, and then go back up by the same amount. Slightly downsloping, not too much. We can see here, and we can see maybe here. Still small of a pattern to actually trace it. I just want to let you guys know where things are sitting. But if we look at the not the wicks, but just the candle bodies, we can see that they're pretty much straight, right? It's a sideways consolidation. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens with Litecoin, right? Bollinger Bands were contracting on other currencies. All alts were going up, so maybe that impulse up from the other alts brought up Litecoin as well. Right now, sitting above the 20 MA, and let's see where we go. Right on the RSI, we're sitting pretty neutral around 51.47. Nothing much happening. We're at the bottom of this channel down here yesterday, right? We said if we were to expect a move, since we're already sitting quite low on the RSI yesterday, I think at the 4 hour, yeah, it was at oversold territory. So we said that if we were to expect an impulse, it would likely be up unless Bitcoin dumped, which Bitcoin didn't dump. So price of alts go up, right? So that's pretty good. That's two that we said that we're going to go up and have gone up so far. Let's wait and see what happens here, what kind of pattern we develop to maybe trace a new structure or see where we could be heading to, right? So on to Binance. And this is a pretty good article, man, right? This guy, the Binance CEO, Changpeng Zhao, must be extremely happy with the latest award that he was nominated to receive. I mean, after a tweet praising Binance popularity, he was nominated for the dumbest crypto tweet award. Now I'll show you a tweet. It's down here. It's this one, right? I had an interesting interaction with a 14-year-old today. He refused to discuss numbers in dollars and insisted to use Binance coin numbers. The next generation will be crypto native, right? This is the stupidest comment I've ever heard, right? I don't even know how a kid would begin to discuss numbers on Binance coin when it's not even its main coin, right? I would have accepted a kid saying, let's discuss it in Chinese currency or, yuan, or let's discuss it in something else. But saying he doesn't want to discuss in dollars and on Binance coin, that's just, I think it's far-fetched. There's a lot of memes that are coming out that were pretty good, and I want to show some. I had this interaction with the 14-year-old today. He refused to discuss numbers in dollars, blah, blah, blah. Did this happen, right? No in blue, no but in yellow. I think that's pretty good. And then I found this one, right? This lady holding a baby. It basically reads, hi there, madam. Have you heard about the marvelous digital currency called Binance? It's actually a better unit of account than the US state dollar. Than the US dollar. I will only discuss numbers in Binance as I resent the oppressive system that is supported by the dollar. And it says Binance is the standard. And then people saying, I like this one as well. It says Binance is all news. Being a registered security exchange is the future. Now, it's a bit of a funny article. There wasn't any serious news on Binance regarding anything that we haven't covered yesterday or the prior day. On to Binance dominance, right? On the daily. Oh, it's not loading. There we go. Binance yesterday lost dominance, right? 0.30%. 0.30%. Now losing dominance today at 0.40% as well. So Binance going down in dominance. Let's look at the Binance price. Binance price going up yesterday, right? And today, out of this structure, this triangle we have traced, still within this larger downtrend, which we're just going to extend until we break it. However, this triangle we have placed broke out of it on the 4 hour. On the daily, we need to close outside to confirm or give us something to redo the structure. Now, you might see the lines don't seem to be within the top parts of the wicks. For some reason, when I move from the 4 hour to the 1 hour or to the daily, these things just don't seem to make sense. We look at them in the 4 hour, and they might still not make sense until we look at them in the 1 hour, right? They don't seem to be touching any of the top of the wicks, and it would put us outside of the channel. But if we go into the 1 hour, we're gonna see this, right? We were on top of the wicks. We're gonna change it a little bit to touch this last wick, and we're gonna see that we're getting a lot of bounces off the top of what once resistance being now support, right? So we can say that this triangle structure was valid. We said that we're getting to the end part of it. We're saying that we were also expecting some sort of move. We didn't know in Binance if it was going to move to the upside or downside. Indicators were not showing anything on the 1 hour that would point us to break, except that we were a little bit sold, but not outside of RSI, what we would consider normal on the RSI, right? So on the 4 hours, let's go look at that. On the 4 hours, right? I mean, the same. Oscillators weren't showing anything out of the ordinary. We're starting to see some contraction of the Bollinger Bands in the 4 hours, which might put us to another movement sometime. I would like for this pattern to develop a little bit more for us to be able to call it something. But as with all the other alts, Binance also going up. Sitting right now at $27.99. Now on other articles, right? Another exchange, another attack, another hack on another exchange. Now, Huobi has allegedly been hacked, and some of the data from users is being sold on the dark web marketplace. Now, the hackers in this case did not approach the exchange to try to negotiate anything. Apparently, they're just selling the data. Now, like I said, the sources have said that user information has been surfacing on the dark web marketplace. The data in question involves phone numbers of the users and the text messages that they receive when withdrawing funds from the exchange. This could be really dangerous because it could lend itself for new phishing scams by the whoever purchases this information, right? By the future criminals, let's call them. Now, guys, if you have your money in Huobi, just make sure you, if you get anything that looks suspicious, any text or anything, don't log in. Don't log into any link they send you. Don't log into your account from your cell phone, right? Go on a computer, log onto your account, and if you find something that is weird, then contact Huobi directly. Don't go through the phone message. And if nothing is weird, then just report that phone to someone so that it gets blocked and report it as a phishing scam, right? Help other people out as well. We're a community. We don't want bad things to happen to us as a whole. So let's help each other out. Now, the head of marketing for Huobi, Ross Zhang, claimed that some of the user being data was false. Some of the user data being sold was false. So that means that some of the user data is true, right? So be safe. Guys, that's all for today. Thank you for watching again. If you like what we do, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell so you're notified when we go live. And if you believe that the content that we're producing is of use and of value to you and your colleagues or friends, let them know that we are here. We really want to get this community going. Unsure if the mic sound was better today. I placed it in a different location. Apparently, there's no one on the chat to confirm that, but I hope that the sound was better. Guys, again, happy Sunday. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here with us. Good night.